Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to KritzKast. We've got some Nations Cup action for you tonight. England taking on Germany. We're actually in the first mid-fight here as our producer Wiethoofd is looking to get into the game, but it's DuMmTm alongside me as the German presence tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we gotta have a Brit and a German, I guess, for this game specifically. And it long ways out here. 3 maps as per usual to play. Best of 3. It will be Process up first. Granary second, picked by the Germans, and Gallywatch is the decider should they get that far, of course.
A lot of presence in from Sue, and now it's a bomb coming in from Danny. That's a drop onto Auto. Nice rocket onto him. Thought he was safe going in towards rollout, but Danny finding a perfect rocket.
And very
dropping the medic.
unfortunately for Auto as well, that's exactly when production is back on the server.
Yeah, well,
unlucky, my guy.
You know, we missed those first 2 minutes, and we missed very little, and then finally we see a drop. You see the action get going just as Wiethoofd gets in here.
KN obviously has played Soldier yesterday, but today is the scout time for him as well here. Rest of the roster, I think, barely needs an introduction as well. Ryan,
Here we go. It is a last push moving in now. They are moving towards the point that Uber comes out quite late from the German side. They get in towards the spot. Everyone's pinned back. There's not quite enough cap time. There's still Stickies just about lurking. Everyone, GG hiding in spawn, but I don't think there's enough players left here for the English, and the Germans are going to take the first round.
Oh, we can only assume it might have been a tactic forced by the English roster here. There is so much talent here. They're surely not expecting to have to worry much, but I don't know. I mean, like you said, the experience that a lot of the Germans have together through various like German top teams throughout the seasons might just help a little bit here, even if one of their former teammates in KN is now up against them here. Might not stop them just yet. Core Papi Auto, obviously Witness Pass, needs to put their expertise to the test and make the knowledge shine here. Now back to mid. Germany, like we mentioned earlier, wasn't an explosive mid win, but it sure was one, and they made good use of it so far.
Yeah, much slower mid this time. I'm going to see Soldiers launch it up in there. Pappy going in behind, but Germans just kiting him forward a little bit. Actually, they seem like weren't aware of him, everyone at least on the server. And it looks like England are just about going to clean up just one final frag that they need to claim there onto Shockey. And despite losing Auto, that is going to be a mid-win for the English, and that's what they needed to get themselves back in with a chance of equalising.
You can already see what was the pause specifically for in this Gazi Auto server, because most specifically itemserver.com as well, which on Scout itself doesn't matter all that much, all that often, I guess, but on Soldier it certainly is a whole lot more of a problem now that he's on a bit of an off-class for himself as well. You really want the gunboat more often not, so can't blame them for wanting to make sure that it all works. Looks like they're fine now, so Gazi does not have to deal with shotgun, and the lack of an escape line, I guess, as well, certainly does not help either. We're taking these 2 weapons for granted. They feel like the standard these days, and they might as well are, but unfortunately, for as much as the game's coding is concerned, they very much are not.
Yeah, you never really want to be locked into a default weapons. I mean, there's probably some classes maybe Demoman
can get away with,
not worry too much about, but yeah, certainly meta developed so much around, you know, gunboats, crossbow.
One of both scouts can, but not both at the same time.
Yeah, like not being able to build would be pretty horrible as well. But either way, England didn't seem too much resistance on second, so now moving in towards this lobby area, trying to get some pressure. KN is looking to sneak in behind, has finally been spotted.
Awful timing for the arrow. Jonas had the soldier inside as well as the gun went down, but I feel like just must have just completely not noticed that in the corner of his eyes at all. Medic going down, just trying to arrow as the bomb comes in, and that might just be around here. Or is it? Wait a second, England kind of weak.
Yeah, they didn't have too many players. They wanted to go in and use that Uber, but I think they only had 4 up at the time, at least 4 looking to get into the fight. And 4 against 5, you know, despite the lack of heals, despite the lack of Uber for the defense, wasn't enough to really make any pressure in. And, you know, you have to deal with a Centrigan as well. It's almost like an extra player to equalize that situation. Just too much HP for the English to have to deal with, and they're just going to have
another bomb coming in. Ooh, tries to jump the standard dispenser spot front wall there for Ryan, but both that and KN's bomb will fall flat in the end. I admire the enthusiasm here to get in quick whenever there's a chance to. There's not a gun fully set up as well. You got to be fast on these as well. We'll see if Germany has nearly as much conviction getting out of last as well. Philip tries, certainly. It's not looking too pretty. At least it's a trade, but is that enough? Danny forward does get over Papi as well. But There still needs to be a bit more here. Danny on the mat bomb just kind of makes the most of that little surf he took there, but can't get enough. 2 down on last. This is getting a little dicey.
Yeah, nice surf away from Auto, and you can see how quickly they're looking to elasticate right back into this last point. Auto's very close, has the Uber up now as well. Jonas has it at the same time, so they could stall a little bit. There's a Putis out from Shockey as well, so Germans just looking to stabilize. I think they've just about done enough, as English couldn't quite make the momentum count there.
Alright, Papi on the Spy. I don't think I've seen Papi off class too much in his time, but that's the first for everything, I suppose, and someone's going to be the playmaker right now. They want a bigger advantage than they've been working with so far. Maybe a surprise backstep can do just that. The Germans locked on last for a little bit longer here. 2 minutes to go if it really has to go that far. England just looking for an opportunity to somehow break this open. The Spy in position now at the gun even. When you take the mat step if you can, but even just gun step, entry step is already pretty good.
Yep, the rest of England just sitting in lobby, waiting for a call, waiting for an opportunity to do a synchronized play with their Spy Papi, who is in position now. He's going in now, gets a stab onto Voxy, cleaned up by the sentry gun, and no one else was able to get in. So just a 1-for-1 trade, and probably going to look to pick up another class, I imagine.
Maybe so. Unfortunately, you really want to sap as well off the back or something like that as well, just to get the bombs in a bit easier. Having the one pick and the gun down is such a huge swing of just an opportunity being opened up all of a sudden. The defense might not be ready for quite yet. Unfortunately, not quite enough to do big work here. Surprised by the lack of a dispenser just now as well, but I guess the Germans just are very worried about anything going on right now. They worked very hard to get this fired in the start, so this, strange as that might sound in some way, they really had to work to keep this one alive. England gets at least one more chance, maybe skip second one, but it really has to go quick from here.
Yeah, just looking to grind out 1 more minute now for the, or down to about 30 seconds now for this German defense. They've got the engineer still, they've got that pyro now, Shockey up on that class, just able to reflect all those projectiles away from the sentry gun. It's a Highlander tactic to use these two in combo, but it's very, very nice seeing England getting in towards the spawn on the left side. Auto is having to worry, dodge some rockets, serve up in air, almost gets air shot. The Uber is finally out. Balls are still from Auto to use so late, but it's looks like a decent counter Uber from the Germans, and one last desperate attempt of a messy team fight, but I don't think England have enough players.
They're getting a bit of overtime. There's a lot of cap time, so they get one more chance here. Of extra chance to get back on the point, and a bit of damage might be doing it, and the damage is really good. Nicky and GG just running in there as one unit, and the Germans might have thought themselves a little bit too safe. That one soldier and rollout at the end of the initial Uber was just stuck in the worst spot, and that one extra death made all the difference. If I think it was Danny could have maybe lived a little bit longer here, that repush would have had to deal with a soldier up above them as well, coming back in from one. But as it stands, they made sure they get that kill, get themselves a chance here, and in overtime, clutching out the 1-1 round.
Yeah, I was wrong to doubt the English focus fight, but here we go, another mid-fight. Looking to Danny to initiate things and get a bit more space than the English counterparts, who all kind of pinned back. Definitely high ground control over the left-hand side for the Germans. Now you're seeing here the demo getting very, very aggressive as well. A bit of a rotation in behind from England. Actually, the German players do not have as much health as they would have liked. They're now kind of caught in awkward scenarios, losing this spam trade as it is, and Ghazi looking to make perhaps one more play.
Oh, huge spam arrow by Auto, just aimed that down into Choke, gets the mat kill. Huge swing in their favor, but they still need to keep Auto alive after all of this as well. Really good for the medic so far, has a little bit more to worry about just now as well. Ghazi in, can't get past the scout. Auto once again just does it himself. One last effort here by the scout, by the Devilman. It will not be enough. And Auto, I think, the man of the mid-fight here.
Yeah, very, very well played by the English overall. Looked rough when they had that, they'd lost the high ground, they'd lost the position early on in the fight, but just kind of sneaked in through the middle of the point, allowed Germans to go around the outside, and just won, as I say, won that spam war. And then, you know, once Auto sniped his enemy medic, they just played safe around it was their enemy side sewers, but just very, very good defensive play around the medic.
Alright, things are heating up. The English finally with some good chances after the long last time they had to work their way through now. This has to be going quick. Big Uber into process last. There's time for a gun. Pyro once again, but they've been here plenty times, all of them. So this should not be a problem. Uber comes in. Once again, it's a clan process situation. Just take one side of the point here. Don't want to go too deep. No one's taking high ground behind him just yet, but it's looking really good because anyone blocking the point is just getting annihilated.
Kane runs in behind onto Philip now as well. There's just a nice pincer play from the English. Kane sneaking around when everyone was looking at Nikki on the point, and beautiful compression and beautiful cap overall.
And that's what you want to see. You look at like the first round of a Nations Cup playoffs game, for example, and it's like most teams have like at least like maybe a player, like a Prem player somewhere, even the like smaller nations, and will go out in a round of 16 as well. But once you reach semifinals, it's like basically just Prem players all around for the most part. This no exception. The English especially have been plenty times showing their expertise at the craft so far, but there's still a long while to go. Maybe Germany can bounce back. Mid-fights have been rough the last few minutes though as well. There's no exception. Early damage on that blue crate will not bode well for the Germans. Already kind of weak here from the get-go. How can they bounce back from this? Because the English just control the high ground and they're making that feel very miserable.
Yeah, the Germans are just feeling it at the moment in terms of just the pain being put on them. It's mostly GG, to be honest. The English did a very, very nice adaptation where they allowed Germans once more to take those crates early, but GG just pounded them with sticky after sticky, sat them all back, and then the English were able to roar forward. And it's actually KN roaring in and taking out Jonas.
Oh no, not the masterclass for Jonas tonight in comparison to Otto's performance just yet, who can hold on to this Ubers while Danny not quite able to get the damage through there into choke. And the Germans looking down a pretty bad position. Now this is about to be 3-1 for England if they cannot bounce back somehow from this. They have held last miraculously once or twice, but I think after the English have started breaking this open once, just kind of all learned it forever now. It feels like once again coming in here early, gun down right away. There's still Kazi behind to worry about, but someone's got to get on point quick here. The Uber out late on point, just trying to get people into spawn, if not down, if they're trying to get back to point early. The damage not looking bad here. Soldier and the scout down each, but the heavy gets out the door. That is giving them a lot of room to work with. Damage is not quite as good as it was earlier on the focus fight. There was a couple of people still healing up, but they're coming in late to try and salvage this, and once again making quick work of this. One play from GG into both of these top Prem player scout, basically just running in the last second to salvage it all. And England once again, quick one for them, halfway through the map, 3-1 lead, looking good on their own map pick.
That was such a crucial point from GG. It was like a race between whether he could land the pipe on that heavy or whether the arrow from Jonas could come out first. The pipe won the fight and that turned it in their favour. Germans now looking to recontest, but Danny immediately in. GG has those stickies ready for him. There's one traded out. They have been able to take GG out of the equation, and now it's actually going to be one of the German soldiers looking to go forward. And with no demo man on this mid-fight for the English, they're going to have to back up. They might even have to worry about whether they want to contest the second point. The Germans looking to roar forward here.
Yeah, GG only now back to the fight, so no early damage. Only once we're at this fight already having started is where they get the stickies back as well. The gamble on mid has worked out so far. Still a lot more to cover here going into this second point. They're trying to keep at it though. The Uber's up now as well. Otto actually a little bit behind on that department, but it's the Germans losing a player first. Voxy just a bit too far in. 2v1 by the blue scout combo. That might just be enough for now as well. Had to just go a little bit quicker. Unfortunately, not quite happening of the picks on mid, and the English can return the favor a little bit. It's only one down themselves, but they're already in as well. And with one down, maybe that's just a great opportunity to send one in deep. And there we go, a bit of soldier damage, scout follow-up as well. One of them will die, but it's a bomb automatic that will succeed either way. Jonas will have to use really, really late, unfortunately, as well. Already went deep. And weak on that half bar, but had to pop at some point. And now the English are getting exactly what they want.
Yeah, looking to roll back in through the choke point, avoided most of the projectiles coming into their face, and you can see actually Philip is going to get caught. So I think this momentum will continue here for the England team. There's no demo man, there's no stickies that they have to worry about. Everyone is just rocking back. Everyone's really just retreating as fast as they can on the German side. A little bit of spam here and there. Gazi eats a lot of damage for his troubles, but with how fast the English have moved here, they might even be thinking about a last push before Jonas is only up at 75%.
Yeah, keep the forward spots busy as well, but luckily looks like everyone's deciding against peeking from that forward spawn door, maybe for the best as well. We'll see about that as we go into last point already. Not quite a push just yet, it's just Kane and Ryan really sneaking in there, seeing what's up, scouting out the situation for the rest of the team, but you are taking risk with that as well. Gotta be careful to not lose them early, and they're taking a lot of damage early for sure. Air shot for Gazi missing a little bit, will clean up KN anyway, and with that, yeah, the 2 people in first will go down, and maybe GG and Rollout as well, falling just the same here. Shocky cleans up of that 2, make this a 3-4-for-1 situation actually. Great eyes on the Germans here, did not let anyone just take space on last early at all. Can't just sit back and just hope to survive. You gotta sometimes be proactive on these last offenses. That is exactly what they were willing to do just there, and it gets them such a good opportunity to not just get a last, but just get the whole game maybe back in control a bit more now.
A little bit strange how the English played that now, but they've got most of their players up on this mid-fight. They've got Kane actually up on the sniper, looking for a target, but no, Germans just once more turning back, getting out of there, threw that 1 soldier in and having to back up. They've heard the sniper take shots, but it's not going to be enough to hide away from him. Kane finds that shot onto Jonas, taking the medic out once more, and also has this Uber ready to go should they need it, but at the moment everyone is still just retreating even further on the German side.
Yeah, for the English it's continuing to go great, unsurprisingly. I mean, just ready for this one, completely taking them out here, and once again back to last, Uber coming through, demo down right away, and with that straight to point, no stakes to shot, to be shooting anyone off the point as well, and there you have it, 4-1 for England.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate series of events really for the Germans. They had that decent last hold, they looked to push out, but maybe just getting a little bit ahead of themselves on that mid, looking to contest mid, taking like a 5v fight on mid when the English were set up, when they had a sniper out as well. It's always going to be rough, and didn't work out for them though, by the sharp.
Yeah, the English won their Grand Final spot. They have not missed out on Grand Finals, let alone not won, I suppose, since 2016. That was the last time they did not win a Nations Cup, let alone made Grand Finals to begin with. So they want to keep that streak going. Germany, at this point, maybe just a stepping stone. It feels like almost this game is started a bit promising for the Germans, but has long since escaped their grasp. This mid-fight, no exception once again. It might just be 2 for 2 on numbers, and the Germans still hold on to hope here a little bit to recontest, get maybe an early bit of damage on the demo man. Can't quite get the kill down with that. This will just get a little more complicated, but they need rounds. They only have so much time for at least 3 of them to clutch this into extra time.
Yeah, the English only need that 1 more round. There's 11 minutes left, so look, the Germans certainly want to take this mid-fight, looking to get aggressive with Auto being taken quite low. He has to pop the Uber out. It's traded out decently by the Germans, and now we're going to see if Voxy can chase. He looks to go deep onto Auto, knows there's still a lot of damage down onto him, and they're able to punish, take out the medic. They've lost a couple of their combat clutches now though, and Gazi is quite weak as well, so I think the English are going to roar back and try and maybe equalize that Uber situation.
There's a bomb on the medic right away, and that's going to do it. Ryan lands on the medic right away, gets that kill, and then bouncing back quite nicely. It's been such a long time that this mid-fight has been going on for, but eventually they come out on top. It's been an even longer time, mind you, since the Germans have been in the Nations Cup Grand Finals. It's been also since 2016. Did not win that one, unfortunately, either. That was France that time as well, but whatever the case, they are still believing for what it's worth, and they gotta maybe believe for a little bit longer here, because it's looking rough, and it's not looking any better once again. The bomb just on the medic right away. They're making Jonas' life incredibly difficult today.
Yeah, they're contested once more from 1 there, the Germans, but they hadn't spotted Pappy. Had sneaked up into that high ground on the rollout, finds a nice high bomb onto Jonas, and I mean, it's kind of descended into a bit of a messy fight overall, but English will be happy with that. They still have control of mid. They still have players ready to go. Jonas is going to spawn a little bit before Auto, so not only are they going to be heals faster for the Germans, there's going to be a small Uber advantage as well. So, I mean, they're just going to have to play at a rapid pace and look to push these tiny advantages they have.
Very much sneaking in here once again. I mean, at this point, you can play somewhat more relaxed in a way on the German side. Of course, not really in the most literal sense, but just insofar that you just know you'll have to take points here eventually, and sometimes they're just not paying off. KN, the Germans would know, having played with KN, most of them in Premiership seasons before, like Sniper very much, and why not just bust it out here as well to try and slow them down, because if they don't, they're gonna walk right into the sideline. Brilliant shot there for the Sniper aficionado on the English roster, and he's not done yet.
Oh, it seems the whole map is a sideline at the moment. It hits important body shot on Gazi, basically taking her out the fight. Kills the medic, takes the scout out, and now is once more all that mid control goes down to Kane, hitting those shots on the sniper, pulling off this off-class at the opportune time. It's a big high bomb from Danny, but very, very badly mistimed. Just everyone was very, very slow on the English side and were perfectly poised waiting for that bomb.
Yeah, it is no accident that the English have become the most accomplished Nations Cup team, I suppose, so far as well. What is it, like 4 wins they have so far, and the silver and the gold on top of that as well. They want to add to that total if they can help it, and they're one step closer to that, at least at the grand final spot already. 5-1 here, looking good. Close start, but by the end of it, English have this fully under control.
Second map here, Granary, of this Nations Cup semi-final between the English and the German sides, with England pretty convincingly winning that first map as we move into this first mid-fight of Granary.
Yeah, high bombs coming through early. The Germans picked Granary for a reason. They want to have these bombs shine potentially as well. It's a scout getting the kills for now. Voxy cleaning up big time on the combo, not without some complications though as well. Voxy the last man standing, and that is not enough after getting the med kill. There's just too many blue players left surrounding him all over the place. Mickey with the final blow. England winning the mid fight here. No medic will hurt, of course. They've been fast into last few times they've gotten to that position, but this time around it's a bit more work to be taken under, so much like the previous map, have to work their way through some stalemates first.
Yep, they're already looking to move in towards the opponent's yard, making sure the Germans are not going to be able to get set up there, so they're going to have to settle for this kind of second point barn hold at the moment on the German side. Be interested to see if Ghazi actually uses some pyro on this point. We've seen certainly it being favoured by some of the old 7 teams as well around this point, but just going to see soldiers traded out one side and maybe an opportunity for Ghazi to get pyro.
Certainly might be an option for now though, just thinking if the English want to go lunchbox. They're signing against, especially with Ryan down already, 1-for-1. Doesn't make them want to go too deep just yet. Still peeking here and there. Papi from one side, GG from the other. Demo Soldier across the point, looking for damage.
So Danny is going to sneak in, and Papi's actually taken out before he can even encircle him there. So Papi down, that's one player out of the question, and maybe an opportunity. Doesn't look like the Germans really want to do much off the back of that. They're not really taking any position. Everyone's just sat nice and far back in this kind of standard defensive hold, and yeah, not really much counter aggression coming in, just happy to absorb the pressure from the England side.
Yeah, sometimes on Granary you have to take it slow here. It's on the flank what the action is happening. Big rotation, both sides heals, just staring each other down there for a second. Auto taking surprisingly high amounts of spam damage through his entire roster there, but far enough back to have time to react to everything, so not anything that escalates too much just yet. Certainly not anything from the distance that the Germans really want to make a jump on the medic for as well just yet, it looks like. But you gotta be careful here if this much damage can happen this quickly out of distance, and anything more certainly would become a problem real quick as well. Once again, it's Papi from Z, DuMmTm from Shutter trying to sneak in there, and this time around it gets all the way. Papi provides the damage for Ryan to cover the distance and makes the final move. He gets across the point, gets the force, Danny with the counter-sack attempt at least, but doesn't get very far, and that's exactly what they wanted. GG and Papi just peeking into that point area over and over and over, finally finding a player just barely stepping on the line.
There's a really nice shot from Ghazi actually onto Ryan, but the damage had already been done. They'd already taken out Voxy, they'd already got that force, so yeah, England just evacuate all the way to yard, and now they're back into this last point, looking to make this uber advantage pay. Pop pretty early. Centrigan is going to get taken out, and actually Jonas is claimed with Voxy at the same time. Just so much damage coming out from GG. There's still a few plays. A really nice shot from Danny onto Pappy. He goes down as well. It's just a low health Philip who eats a pipe. Just Shocky, the lone survivor. 25 health is not going to be enough to fight against GG Nikki with the beam on top of them. And despite a lot of nice shots hit from either side, it's going to be England claiming the first round.
Yeah, the English showing great patience on the second point as well. They know the plays they want to have. If it takes time to get them started, that is no problem here. But just the one slip up on second between the Demo and the Soldier that they force the pressure on into that combo, and suddenly it's one down and it all escalates from there. The force instantly off that one kill, Voxy down, just immediately the whole combo falls apart for the Germans. They know where to strike. They're quick about it once they have the chance. 5 minutes in, they already have the lead here on Granary, and maybe another mid fight will make things even better. Early damage on the Demo, and both have to be really careful, fall back a little bit as well. But once again, it's a Red Scout dying first, Shocky down, and the floodgates might open up. Harpy behind them already here just makes this really an awkward stay. They're trying to get out early, but everyone dies trying to even get back out as well. The only one living is maybe, thankfully so, the medic, but that doesn't improve the situation nearly as much as you would think. Because mid is long gone, and I think second is a done deal at this point.
Yeah, interesting mid-fire from the English. Almost like a really wide kind of defensive kind of firing line. Just everyone's spread out across the point. But whether they're looking to pressure in towards last, Uber is up for Jonas, so they could use it. And actually Voxy is taken very, very low as well. But Pappy is going to get focus fired down super, super hard there. And I think that will just about stymie the aggression for now, but England are able to claim the second point, but with everyone a bit low, they're going to have to back up for heals, I think.
Ryan getting a close one up top as well, but he escapes there in the end. Not go down. It's only one kill, but we've seen how much they can do with just one couple times before tonight as well. The Demo man here trying to hold close as well to make up for the losses, but it just makes things worse at this point. Bombs come through on the medic, really weak. Jonas this time with a clutch serve gets away with it. It looks like they don't want to pile up anymore. They don't want to lose anymore on the English side of that. It was just supposed to be pressure for a Metsack. Does not work. 3 on themselves is a bit dicey, but very much still do it, especially with Pappy sneaking up from Danny up in the top area as well. Tries to maybe get another one, tries to deal with Agazi. They fought each other top premiership so many times, not in Soldier v Soldier, and it will come down to scouts once again here. Shocky actually the one to get the kill.
Yeah, he did lose that 1v1, but certainly bought his team enough time that can stabilize Ryan in now in towards Jonas, but Jonas this time is able to escape, and Noni's able to follow up on that one rocket. He was able to get down on that enemy medic. So at the moment, Germans are happy, just peeking out a little bit onto the second point. They can see certainly a Demo man in front of them, a lot of rockets and stickies being fired either way, and looking to pressure here without the largest advantage in the world for sure.
I'll see a bit of bad help on blue for sure. Ryan pretty weak, Pappy fairly low as well, but it's the English still getting the first kill. Danny trying to find either one of them. Unable to find anything but 2 scouts taken down by Kane and Nikki. Point turns red, but I think favor still for blue here with the 1 kill they already do have, and the pressure once again back on from both directions into the point area, just trying to pile up what they can, maybe send someone deep, and once they find one, Gazi up top weak is where they pull the trigger. But the Uber also out on the German side, a little late now, already lost 1, and certainly not having good position anymore. Even the English aggression just a bit too quick for them to even react with the exchange they took in the end.
Yeah, there's picks being traded here and there, but actually now the English are looking to play in towards last. Danny's maybe caught. He's going to have to back up to spawn. There's pressure in towards Jonas. He's getting swarmed, but maybe not. Actually, the Germans are all very, very low, but they're hitting their shots. Gazi picks up onto Nikki as well. One more soldier, Pappy, to deal with. GG still has the beam on top of him, looking to find a miracle, but no, Auto's going to have to escape with his life. They've taken out Jonas, so I think Auto will be able to retain a small Uber advantage, but not the round they wanted.
Yeah, fair play to Auto. I think if this was anything but a Demo man, maybe you could stay in and just try to beam your way to victory, but with a Demo man specifically, getting the damage you need just might sometimes take a while. In like 1v2 situations, you hit 1 pipe and then maybe someone still lives because they have just over 100. Tough one to take here. GG takes this on his own. It's just enough. Maybe they can make it happen. If it's not the case, then no harm done. The medic leaves and you just get a second chance. Safe bet to take here. Demo man unable to do it, unfortunately for them maybe, but they get another chance either way. So no harm done, and now GG can go with beam in here and let the damage rain down anyway.
Yeah, again, using in from the right side, just walking across the point, using fairly late. There's bombs now coming in, but I don't know. The damage is kind of spread onto a bunch of different England players. Ryan is still soaring up top and very, very nicely taken last point, and it's going to be a second round for the England.
Yeah, right on schedule. Just before the 10-minute mark, England gets themselves a 2-point lead. Really strong Uber for them all around. Exactly what they want to see. Germany needs a statement somewhere in this game now. This mid-fight was preferably already where it starts. Something needs to change here. The mid-fights from the English just a step better. Like you said, they spread out wide last time and just covered so much space, it felt like. And the Germans could not do much about it. What plan do they have here? Something's gotta change.
Yeah, at the moment the mid-fights have been pretty one-sided in England's favour, and Germans looking to change that. Double high bomb, Danny and Gazzy both going in, taking Gigi out, focusing him down as Auto just rocks back and looks to not have two soldiers dive on him. But yeah, just finding that one target is enough to turn the mid-fight this time in the Germans' favour, and looking to move without any stickers to deal with.
Yeah, maybe gives them a fighting chance just now for a little bit here. Demo went down, Matt kind of weak. England's got to be careful. Flank busted open as well. Scout falling back early. They were conceding some space here. It's not the big momentum swing they want, but it's a step in the right direction for the German national team. Maybe a bit more, and they can finally claw their way to a last push position here. But at the very least, they get to enjoy a bit of playtime with the opponents already in the back, but if nothing else. What that might look like, we'll see. But having picked this map, they sure have to have some ideas.
Yeah, everyone, England sitting back in kind of the same defensive position we saw from the Germans, just everyone nice playing around that left shutter area where Auto is pumping out the heals. Giving up space, obviously, in this lunchbox area, as you'd imagine, but
that's a force, actually. Just about sneaks in there from the corner, but they're two down as well. It's a bit dicey. The English just realized, okay, well, we might have use here, but you're two down. We can still put on good pressure and make you second guess yourselves a little bit. KN from behind even gets a kill onto Shocky. And suddenly the German resources are spread thin, having to deal with all of this as well. Get Brian next, clutch one by Voxy, still has beam time to work with. Gives him a favor here. Papi just on his best own KN impression, beam up on the soldier, tries to waddle in there for what it's worth. Doesn't quite work. The arrows once again coming out of Auto, trying to just get that bit of extra 60-70 damage to help out there in the end. It's not enough to get a kill anymore. They really made them second guess themselves a little bit almost, but the Germans stand strong, keeping themselves together, and maybe can walk this through the second point in the last push.
Yeah, Jonas is taken down to 60 health and doesn't pop. Holds onto it. There's still rockets coming into his face. Still not only just using, now they're getting pressure across the point with that Uber. Everyone's pinned back in spawn, but not any cap time coming in just yet. Actually, Sticky's on the point from Gigi, takes out Jonas, who stands on top of them. Didn't want his, probably wanted his teammates to do that job, but he pays with his life, and England, without having any position on the last point, had just the stickies come through for them and hold on to last.
Yeah, very, very surprising clutch by the English as well. Like you said, the duo came out so late. Jonas held that out forever, but it still will not be enough. Falling apart here on the final blow. Germany unable to get around for just a bit longer, and I'm sure the English will try to keep it that way for even longer than that as well. Danny trying to do a funny one. I'm not sure if that really is the best option right now, but whatever that's worth, it will not succeed in this line. It can't even get back out anymore for that. High bomb attempt will go down, and it's just going all the way back around to Jonas. Will have Uber by the time this gets into second, but the English want to get a bit more than that, especially with the soldier down already.
Yeah, there's not much fear being shown on the England side. There was Danny attempting to make a play from the forward spawn, but Gigi was absolutely ready for that, having the stickies placed on that spawn, immediately taking him out. Papi actually does go down on this point, so maybe that will just slow the English down a little bit, but actually you can see Gigi continuing to get aggressive. There's Ryan in behind as well, looking, can't quite seem to find his target, and is eventually cleaned up.
Alright, now that woman on one side, two down on the other. English Uber coming out first, just not wanting to mess around with this, and they almost get the jump on Jonas. 25 HP on the German medic. Makes this a really, really awkward possible situation. Anything getting to this red medic is terrifying right away. Have to fall back. quite early. They can't chase as much as they probably would have liked. But they do get a kill here. The combo falls back. Voxy off the beam for once. Will just commit. Not often you see him be the one chasing instead of Shocky, but sometimes you just gotta do what the situation requires, even on the pocket scout. Classes and rolls only mean so much in the end. If you don't jump at the opportunity, really big damage early, Yoda still will die at the end.
Yeah, a bit of a disaster now, and there's not too much health among these German players. They're looking to go forward. Actually, Nicky's taken really, really low. He's going to have to scoot back just the beam of Auto. It's keeping him alive, but now Pappy coming in a clutch moment just to shut down that aggression. We're looking for Danny once more to go in for a sneaky bomb. Ends up trying to find rockets, but there is a health pack waiting for Pappy. Finds that kill, but it's traded out by Ryan.
That's going to be a big swing in their favor now. That's exactly what they wanted. None of these scouts even escaping mid. Just means the second point is completely wide open. Gazi still spamming around a little bit, but it knows better than to actually stay close anymore. Unless you can get a jump on the medic, it's not worth it whatsoever. So falling back, it is back to last. England had to work quite a bit this round to get this far, but they've got them where they want them.
Yeah, Uber is ready to go. They're able to walk really far in across the right side, finally using as they cross the point. Ryan's in deep as well. There's still 2 German soldiers up on the high ground, but not too much health for the rest of them. Players come out from the left-hand side spawn for the Germans. Don't know if they'll be able to hold on. Nicky is taken out. Philip is still waiting for an arrow very, very low. So actually Voxy on the chase finds a frag onto Auto, just held W into the remainder of the England team and actually salvages the Uber scenario very, very nicely in the Germans' favor.
Clutching this one once again. They had a couple of miracle holds, but they need so much more than just that, as we've seen before. Still unable to score, and for now, far away from that one. First of all, we got to worry about getting out of last just fine, which I'm sure England will not make easy. Sword is holding close here, throwing the damage up top. Gazi will go down right away, and in the meantime, Papi is the one getting away alive. The KN just walks in the other side, though. Every eye on that left shutter. No one's on the right. They had both soldiers up top, and one of them down. The other one's still busy up top. But, attention is failing somewhere else. England taking advantage of it, and at halftime, we already have a 3-point lead to England.
Yeah, unfortunate stuff for the Germans there. Thought they had a good scenario, thought they had the Uber advantage, but just had their kind of eyes taken from that soldier spam up top. Weren't looking for that scout to sneak in, and now 3-0 down. It's a rough road back.
Back to mid it goes here. Scout on point early down. Weak right away, but it's the action. The cyclone seals more important. Push on the double man. They're trying to get that. They will get Philip just fine as well. 3 down in a matter of a second for the Germans. See the one-bot medic on target right away. Well done by Giant. Skips in there into the small and close indoors area and still gets the jumpy ones into the medic. And that is just looking like a mighty done deal for England now. They won the last 3 Nations Cup. Germany in semifinals is not going to be a problem for them, it looks like.
Yeah, nice mid-fight, just a death ball of aggression across that right-hand side from their perspective, and they knew that if they got most of the fragging classes down from the German side, that Jonas wouldn't be able to escape. A few players just got caught on the other side, but so many frags in England's favour. They've were able to claim that mid-fight, and now with 100% Uber advantage, they look good for a 4th round, even if Auto's just kind of running around on his own at the moment.
Alright, here 2 more of these, and this is a great opportunity. At least one of the last pushes they need to route out this map early. Make a statement here in a quick semi-finals out of this one. Get themselves some time before Grants. Take a break here. KritzKast long before that's up right now, but it might become a factor if this is taking too long. Cap time's not great just yet. They're having the back. Being threatening, get out. The laser beams are out. Gets one. GG stuck as well. Helped out there by the KritzKast. Couldn't run anywhere as well, but the medic at least getting out alive. England unable to convert just now, but how much can the Germans really do from here on out?
Yeah, well, they're looking to move already with the picks, and Pappy is actually taken out as well. Just I think Kazi finding a rocket and launching him at long range, so that frag as well. I mean, Kritz is going to build, maybe be up slightly before the Uber, but it's going to be a very, very small window for them to move with that advantage. GG looking to pay down from the mid-fight, but it's actually him taken out. Pressure down on towards Jonas, but that's absorbed as well. With Voxy going down on the mid by itself, and Pappy nice and healthy going back and taking that health back. and not too much cap time either from the Germans. It's actually England in a nice position with this Uber as well.
Okay, there's, well, at least a couple of shots coming out of the KritzKast there, but not for very long. This Uber makes quick work of that. England just running through what's left here of the German combo, and it's not much anymore, right? The second point certainly is a done deal now as well. England wraps up already, point in their hands, and push to last. Once again, looking to be Kritz versus Uber.
Yeah, they got what they needed. They just knew they could launch themselves in a spearhead. An Uber spearhead into a KritzKast was always going to work out in England's favour, and now once more they can just build up this Uber advantage. They have quite well considerable advantage ready to go up to 30%. Looks like Jonas is stuck with the KritzKast, so they might have to deal with that once more in this last hold, but you'd imagine now they'd be at least aware of that possibility.
Certainly gotta watch out here, but this is looking like a great time for the English to bring this to game point and close this out once and for all shortly. Let's see what it's going to be. The KritzKast will be up in time. But gotta wait a little bit here before we can shoot something. But we just pop on the soldier. Anyone that's close to Granary takes so much damage right away. They still make sure to get the Yolos frag, but that is all they're getting. Trying to get in close down the medic before it's too late. Just means they're right in front of the soldier with 300 damage rockets hitting all of them at once. Auto once again hitting the arrows just fine, but this is still a long way back out here. The soldier will die ahead of time, though. Ryan just getting in there in time. Medic staying alive, crucially for the English side.
Yeah, crucial spawn from Ryan. I don't know if Gazzy, probably in the back of his mind, thought there might be spawning players, but went for it regardless. But now with that soldier out of the equation, Ryan is looking to just plow forward, just playing with absolutely no fear. Pappy's found some space as well. They land on top of Jonas. They clean up Voxy and Philip as well with the scouts. There's two German players up top, but a roaring English combo just going to walk their way in through the right hand side, looking to move on towards the last. They're actually just chasing frags, not even worrying about the point, getting the wipe and getting the round.
Yeah, England one step away from grand finals yet again. They are looking in top form with the roster they're bringing tonight, and looks like the Germans unable to really keep up. One more is all it takes. They got 10 minutes to find just one last push that works, and all it takes. The Germans with a tall order to clutch this into a third map as well, and I am not certain if they can do it anymore.
A tall order is possibly underestimating how much of a mountain this is to climb. There's 9 minutes, it's 0-4. It would be the most amazing TCM of all TCMs. Bombing from Ryan, looking to make something work, but he's cleaned up eventually. Gazzy is basically just as ineffectual going in. Philip looking to just W across the point, but having two scouts with KN and Nicky with scatterguns ready is not what he would have liked to see, and now it's looking very, very brutal for the Germans. Danny is going to trade out one frag, but that is all they get from the mid-fight, and England are already looking to move in towards last with Auto up at 90%.
Auto really is trying to top frag today, if it is even possible for Medic. Man's out for blood with these arrows tonight. I guess there's situations where it's really good as well, but you really got to be treading a careful line there. Of course, you need to build Uber as much as you can at all times as well, but a single arrow can just swing a fight so much. Of long distance, that's 75 damage, I believe. It just suddenly brings in so much extra damage that you'd never think would come, because why would the Medic shoot you? If you find the right time for it, when you're in danger, when you make sure you still get Uber up when it matters, it's a huge difference maker for now. Auto's been playing that game pretty well here, but the Uber ends just now, and it doesn't matter what you're doing there as well. You're not going to get the damage done in time. That bullet is just faster.
Oh, direct hit coming in from Gazzy. I think he hit at least one shot. I don't think he got the kill credit for it, but damage was done after a nice little snipe from Voxy as well. Finally, they're actually using that sniper on the last point, so the England had to pop a lot earlier. That's probably the difference. We're going to see Kane go in for a play. As Gazzy finally is able to find a shot onto him at close range. England looking to continue the pressure there.
The direct hit really is just the next best thing to hit skin, isn't it? For the soldier ignoring shotgun, I suppose, as well. There we go. Philip with a big one right away as well. Gets the medic, sure, but it's just everyone out for blood at that point as well. Right in there on the medic. England bleeding a little bit here, but it's maybe not that bad in the end.
Yeah, kind of looking like a TM server at this point. You know, often with this kind of 4-0, 7 minutes to go scenario, it is, you know, such an unlikely scenario that yeah, both of these teams are just playing with a little bit less pressure overall. Gazi hiding in the corner, looking to find a few more direct hits, but everyone is just ready to just eat all those stickies from GG up on the high ground. At the moment, the Germans are just about being able to walk in, just about being able to find their way in towards Auto, but with Nikki claiming Gazi as well, that might... No, it's not going to stop the Germans. They're still just going to hold W into their opponents with just 3 players up. But I think Nikki and now Pappy going in deep. They could chase if they wanted. Taken very, very low is Philip, but just about settles down for now. But the Germans are not going to take their foot off the gas whatsoever.
Alright, looking good here. At least a bit of a chance for the Germans to maybe make something happen, but we're just going for a funny backup at this point as well. We need someone to block, I'm sure, to actually have this work out. So maybe that was not the best idea just now, but it's just a scattered English roster off the back of trying a funny one here.
The control point has been captured.
Interesting idea, but when there's a 7x cap on mid, that before you even get to that second point, I don't think that backup is going to work out, and the Uber is traded out effectively with the Germans taking control of the mid-point territory. Danny taken very, very low. Is just about going to be able to survive throughout all of that 1 health. It's finally going to find the arrow, but with 6 players alive for the Germans, maybe an opportunity for something of a comeback here.
Maybe so, maybe just a little bit of a statement that they're not going out for the fight here in the English. So certainly will have to keep playing the A game to not have there be some added rounds to make their scoreline look a lot worse for themselves here. But at this point, the English have to just get to roll this quick. That losing is going to be a tough task, right? They just have to stem the bleeding a little bit, and it's going to be all under control again. And maybe one single sniper is all it takes. Again, trying his luck one more time on this sniper class as well. And doesn't get much of a chance this time around as well. Danny quick in there, actually, with a nice little bomb.
Yeah, Pappy overstowed his welcome, went down to stickies. There's so much cap time out from the Germans. Joe and Auto gonna have to stay on top of the point, and Gazi is ready with the direct hit. And Philip was well positioned as well just to lock off that point and actually find a round. And 4 minutes to go and 3 round deficit, it's still a tough task. But at least giving themselves a shout.
Yeah, they would have to win rounds a lot faster than they've been right now, but at least they got the one to at least put a bit of a nicer scoreline on the table, if nothing else here. England, however, very much still aware here that as any single opportunity for them will just instantly translate into a map win as well. They take this easy now, like I said. If at worst they just need to lose slowly, and they might have this under wraps in no time as well. Looking good with the damage on the combo right away already, keeping Jonas locked in place there. Voxy, sorry, down up top. Nice and early. Great damage for GG all around here. 1 pipe, 1 sticky. A kill each to their name already here, and with the cleanup coming by the rest of the team, it is looking mighty good. Soldiers cleaning up off the damage that will be provided. Jonas will stay alive, but at what cost? No one's there to beam even, and that will not bode great chances for the last point already.
Yeah, just 2 players alive, and now surely an opportunity. Jonas has not been building optimally as well. He's going to have to stay out to put heals into block. He isn't going to get Uber in time. He's still only at 90% as the English Uber comes in, and all the German players go down before Jonas is quite able to get to that Uber. And there we go. England claim that 5th round and decide the tie and put themselves in the final.